The seafloor is an important biome and is home to a lot of sea life. It is imperative to make sure that the welfare of the seabed is monitored, and its health, alongside that of the creatures that inhabit it, is a primary concern when constructing new offshore wind farms. LiDAR, light detection and ranging, is a scanning technique that uses light to map terrain. Waves of light are emitted from a source and bounce off objects, returning to the source like an echo. The time taken for the light to return gives information about the distance between the source and the object the light bounced off. LiDAR can accurately map the seabed and coral reefs to a high precision. This means it can be used to monitor the effects on the underwater landscape of the terraforming that is required for new development. The LiDAR scan files are represented as point clouds, and, like all data, need to be cleaned before they can be used for analysis. LiDAR's high resolution means that it picks up the suspension in the water, which appears as visual noise. This is removed along with statistical outliers. By looking at subsequent scans of the same area, we can determine which of the points make up the background. This can be analysed over time to see how the shape of the seabed changes. The background can also be removed, leaving only points for objects that have moved between scans. These can then be detected via a density clustering algorithm, and information such as an object's size can be estimated. The state of the seafloor around a new installation can be ascertained by studying the nearby wildlife. Monitoring how animals act and react to the development can provide valuable information on the health of the wider ecosystem. For this, we can use sonar, sound navigation and ranging, which functions like LiDAR but uses sound instead of light. LiDAR requires a lot of power, and scans are followed by a cooldown time that is much longer than the scan time. This limits its usability as a monitoring device for sea life and makes it better at scanning static objects like the seabed itself. Sonar is lower resolution than LiDAR but requires less energy and can perform many scans per second. Sound also travels through water better than light does, meaning sonar has a bigger range than LiDAR. This makes sonar an excellent tool for tracking the movement of objects underwater. This improved range and scan rate allow us to understand the motion and not just the position of marine life. The effectiveness of sonar underwater is down to the fact that sound waves move much faster and thus further in water than they do in air. As a result, underwater microphones, or hydrophones, can pick up sound over a large area covering many different species of underwater fauna. Some of these marine animals emit sounds that are characteristic of their species, making them a candidate for identification via machine learning. Deep learning methods can be used to identify a species by the sound they make. By converting sound data to visual data in the form of spectrograms, we can train a computer vision model to identify individual species based on visual representations of the sounds they make. This is crucial, as one of the primary considerations for use of hydrophones, and a consequence of their extended range, is the sheer number of different sounds from different species that they pick up. With such an amalgam of characteristic sounds, it is very important to be able to distinguish between multiple species as their sounds overlap. Preliminary tests show that a lightweight computer vision model was able to correctly identify the species given a clean sound sample. It was also able to distinguish between different species when audio clips were played separately. However, it did not perform as well when tested on an overlay of multiple sounds. A new, advanced computer vision model can effectively distinguish which parts of the overlaid sound relate to each species. YOLO has also been used to identify and track species both underwater and above ground. This work can be leveraged to supplement the hydrophone species identification, acting to verify that the hydrophone detection is correct, and can also provide opportunities to perform further analysis.